Microphone check, check. Miggity microphone check, check. Good morning, everyone. Tom, aka Nostra Thomas, aka I am the bombist, aka Diamond Nuts. What is up? How's everyone doing this morning? TGIF, baby. We made it. As I like to say in the business, no right Friday. Don't make any changes that'll ruin your weekend. Oh, someone requested something earlier in the week. Hey, man, let's do this firewall cut over at 3 o'clock on a Friday. I'm like, F you. No, thank you. I don't need you ruining my weekend because something went wrong. Anyway, we're going to do the stock market. Stock market's opening in about 4 minutes. Might put a covered call on in Tesla. I've been threatening to do that for a minute. Yeah, you know, let's just hop on over. I don't know what wild hair went up my ass, but I was looking at some of the stocks I used to cover pretty heavily back in 2020. It was SPAC season. People were going crazy over Ride, Workhorse, Hyliion, and I don't know what. So GNOG is another one that was out there. I remember, dude, like I can make a video right now, but no one's searching for Ride. Back in the day, when less than about 6 months ago, people were going ape shit over Ride and Workhorse. So today I was wondering, one of my most hated videos, Ride going to zero. Oh, people went crazy over that. Dude, I don't know, man. It's not looking too good for Ride. I'm just saying. Workhorse, how's that Workhorse post office thing coming? Boys and girls, listen, where's Workhorse? Oh, it's going to be in the W's. I already looked. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty bleak. $10. Eesh. Options? What are the options looking like? 129% IV rank. What is going on? Is Workhorse still up for like some kind of something? Because that's a lot of IV. I didn't even look at what the Ride IV was at. Ooh, the Ride IV is crazy high too. Why is that so high? Is Ride like still threatening to beat Tesla? Their prototype that I'm sure is just going to be rolling off the assembly line any second because, you know, that's just really easy to do. Now, I'm not going to lie. I gave you a lot of bangers last year when it came to the stock market. I mean, just winter after winter. I was like, nah. Don't be invested in Ride. Don't be invested in Workhorse. Put your money in Tesla. Put your money in space. But I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. Tomas in the house. Good morning. When is Harmony One going to moon? We got to look at Harmony One. We got to look at those Harmony One yield farms. At the end of the day, just keep buying it, man. Like, you got millions. I know you're ready to retire too. I'm ready to retire over here. I feel you. QuantumScape. Man, look at that one. That was one of those ones where it went to the moon and it came back to Earth. What else we got over here? Oh, NNDM, not like, oh, Nikola. Like, how is that still $10? Who that? Oh, Neo, there we go. I was pounding the table on buying some Neo. We made a killing off Neo. We took that money and then you know what we did with it. We put it into Bitcoin and it's all she wrote after that. Now, I will admit, I'll tell you when I make mistakes, and we're going to talk about a potential mistake I might be making today. And anyway, GNOG. You know, I don't know that it's a loser. We would have just been flat because I was pretty much pounding the table on GNOG when it was about this price. I don't know. We might be down a couple bucks. Hey, you can't win them all. All right, we got a minute for the stock market opens. We're going to need to let those options settle. Probably going to take a few minutes. Let's see what the NASDAQ's doing. I think the NASDAQ was down quite a bit. 58, yeah, down 16. We'll have to see what happens when that bell rings. The E-mini S&P's up 3. So a little bit of divergence going on there. MAC YW to the ground. What's going to the ground? The stock market or crypto? Which one, brother? I'm assuming you're a dude. I could be wrong. My apologies if you're not. It's most undervalued coin on the market. It should... Dude, like, you're preaching to the choir. Preaching to the freaking choir. The experience on Matic is miserable when it comes to yield farming. It's slow. There's a shitload of farms. Most of them are garbage. Now, to be fair, on the Harmony One network, most of the farms there are garbage too. But there's one really good one, Sushi. It's doing really well, and I'm making a freaking killing. But the experience is freaking... Transaction times are crazy fast. It just works, man. It just freaking works. And it's really amazing. It's really amazing when you consider the fact that they've only been around for like 1 to 2 years. Compared to, well, I don't know how long Matic's been around, to be honest. But a lot of these chains that have been around a lot longer, and you know, it just doesn't get the same media hype and etc. Like, I have no idea how, I'm huge into Cardano and I love me some Cardano, but I have no idea how it's going to perform, right? We have to wait and see. Do some Sunday swap action here coming up, or whatever, Caradex or whatever the other one is. I don't freaking remember. Who knows, man? Maybe it's garbage and maybe I lose a ton of money. I doubt it, but I can tell you that Harmony One, man, it just freaking worked. Oh, 2019, yeah. Harmony was founded, don't quote me on this, I think in like 20-ish, 18, but didn't go live to 2019 or something like that. I don't know. It's new, and it performs really well. The one that I don't own, and I'm definitely having FOMO on, is Solana. So if we ever get in a situation where the market does go parabolic and I take some profits, and then I save those profits for the dip, probably going to be buying some Solana. I'm kind of out of cash right now. Like, I could go out there and buy like maybe $500 of Solana or something, but at the end of the day, you know, it just, I like to, like, I would like to yellow in like 10 or 20 grand into Solana. You also got to kind of keep in mind that Solana's already had a good run, so I don't know. Like, I don't like yellowing into a coin after a big pump. Like, dude, I love me some Axie Infinity. Like, I really think gaming is what's going to continue to make this bull run continue on a much longer cycle. I mean, gaming is huge, and there is going to be roaches coming out of, or is it termites? There'll be termites coming out of the woodwork for gaming. So I was thinking, I put a lot of thought into this because, you know, I like to think about what can make the market do really well. And dude, I was surprised because it was, I don't know, maybe 8-10 years ago when I started playing this game, Clash of Clans. And I'm sure, you know, some people are going to come across this video and know what I'm talking about, even some Clash Royale. And I'm like, man, was that really 10 years ago or 8 years ago? And yeah, it was. Dude, those games make so much freaking money. And dude, people pay tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to be, because they're play to win games. And I even threw a few $100 here and there. I'm like, screw it, man. Like, I'll throw in $100. I'm enjoying myself, help the developers and all that. And all that's coming to crypto. Gaming on cryptocurrency is going to be massive. And then when you're talking gaming, you're talking NFTs. Oh, that reminds me. Let me pull up a website. You know, because EIP 1559 went live and, excuse me, they're showing the burn. I got to find that website. Oh, here we go. This is how much ETH has been burned. OpenSea is burning 561 ETH. That's NFTs. COVID punks, NFTs, man. This is really cool because it shows you the trajectory and when it's supposed to merge to proof of stake and then eventually start becoming deflationary. And if you guys and gals don't have a bag of Ethereum, you might want to start buying. Not financial advice, but there's a reason it's tied for my biggest bag. So yeah, this is really interesting. Gaming is going to continue to propel this big time. Look, Axie Infinity is actually the 4th biggest one when it comes to the Ethereum burn. And just think about like how gaming exploded on your iPhones, and there's going to be games where they're going to make the wallets like probably specialized wallets and coins, and I mean, that's just one other avenue on top of NFTs that's already driving this market and DeFi. So I'm excited, man. I'm not, Again, this is a long grind. If you're new or if you've been around for a while, if you're seasoned, you may have already figured it out. This channel is about the grind. Where are we going to be in 2024 and 2025? I'm not worried about being a multimillionaire this year. I'm worried about being a multimillionaire like many times over by 2024, 2025. Because regardless of what happens, whether it's a slow, steady climb or a fall off a cliff and work our way back up, I'm grinding the whole time. I'm buying the whole time. I'm going to continue to buy, and I'm going to continue to work on my methods of passive income. And we're going to hop on over to our passive income here in a second. I do have to apologize for one of those sources of passive income that's not working out too well, but let's hop on over to the stock market really quick, see what's happening. The Nasdaq's trying to make a comeback, which is that going to be a fade the open type situation where it's going to run up and then just, because with this delta, man, this is the wild card. This is the wild card. If the stock market goes, crypto is going to go with it. I have been threatening to do this for a second. I kind of wanted to see, I was going to sell a covered call at the beginning of the week on Tesla, but Tesla can go on these runs. And I don't want my Tesla to get called away, so I'm trying to hedge against that happening. I'm going to go 42 days out, and I'm just going to put it on. I am just going to put it on. So we can do a 800 covered call, get $1,500. There's a 20% chance of it being in the money. So there's a 20% chance-ish of me having my Tesla shares called away. To me, the market, I'm not really expecting a crash, and even if we do have a crash, I think it will be but I am definitely more on the market at all-time highs. It's been going on too long, and the economy is it's already seeing suffering. A lot of the earnings are showing with the chip shortages, and it's going to be really, really tough. I mean, we might make it through this earnings, and I don't know. Tesla finds a way though. But if the whole market goes down, Tesla's going down with it. So I'm just trying. I could be a little bit safer. I could be a lot safer. So how much could I get? I mean, let's just get some premium, And then I want to put this, because my goal, everything in this, I have an obsession with 100 lots, because, they work with options. So everything I have is 100 lot. Oh, this freaking bug. Get it fixed already. Everything I have is 100 lot. I have 200 HUT. The one I don't is coin. This is my IRA, so I don't really add money to it, but I want to get my Coinbase up to 100 shares. And I do think Coinbase, it's going to go where crypto goes for the most part, but I think by 2024, 2025, this one's going to be in the thousands. I could be wrong, right? I have no idea, but I'm very bullish coin, and I want to get this. And I'll probably add some money at the end of the year, even though I don't get the tax benefit from it. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. Let's just put this Tesla covered call on, and then we'll hop over to those yield farms. And I got to apologize profusely for one of those. All right, so, no, we're not. Oh, maybe I should do Tattooed Chef too. Take a look at that. So Tattooed Chef, I can go, the premium's just not worth it right now. So Tesla. I'm gonna go 42 days out. Excuse me. All right, so we can do an 850. I don't hate it. 11% chance of being in the money. We'll try and get 810. There's a 95% chance. 95% chance. 93%. 94%. And I'll be 50% profitable. How can I not take that? All right, it's not going to do. Oh, it's all right. Let's try 805. The order cannot be updated. Oh, did it? It must have sold. Yeah, it did. All right, so we're on the books. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to try and buy this back for half price. I'm just going to put the order in right now. And so many times this just works out. This is why selling options, you just got to learn how to do it, is where it's at. So I'm going to come over here, close for profit. 50%. I'm going to buy it back. Typically, I would buy it back for half price, but I'm going to get a little greedy. I want a little bit more cheddar. I'll just put it for that for now, because Tesla has a big dip. That could come in pretty quick. We'll manage that, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so that's a go to cancel order. As that theta decay, if Tesla goes up or stays the same, that option value is going to go down. Or if Tesla dips, that option is going to go down in price, and then we'll end up buying it back for cheaper. All right, so let's see if there's anything else over here that's interesting. What is Bitcoin futures doing before we... Ooh, all right. So Bitcoin at 40,000. All right, we're pushing up against 41,000. We are pushing up against this downward trend line. I think I had the Fibonacci. Yeah, here we go. Right? Yeah, you know, I don't spend a lot of time with charting. For the most part, I think charting, it's a hobby. That's all it is. Sorry, it's a hobby. If you enjoy doing it, good for you. If you're consistent with your charting and it works for you, then great. I mean, you can move your time frames around and draw lines. You're eventually going to make some shit happen. You're going to find formations. Sometimes the Fibonacci's work, sometimes they don't. I don't know, man. I mean, it looks like it's working. It looks like it's working. Well, of course, when you draw it from here to here, of course, these lines are always going to work out. But it did come up to the 0.38, and then it did come down to the 0.23. So I think we're headed, if the Fibonacci plays out, we're headed for 47,000. Is that going to happen this weekend? I have no idea. Ethereum, ooh, pushing up on 28 hundo. Let's go, baby. The Fibonacci here says we're headed for 3,031, maybe. I don't know. I had a Fibonacci up my ass moment yesterday. Cardano, is it playing out? I don't know. Cardano at $1.37. It's just kind of been hanging around that $1.35 to $1.38 level for a while. You know, it's a lot better than where it was. So I'm pretty happy about that. But we got the smart contracts coming, so I am thinking we're going to get that push here, kind of like we did with Ethereum and the EIP 1559. I do kind of believe that Ethereum is what's carrying the market right now, to be honest. I am becoming a firm believer of the camp that Ethereum will flip Bitcoin. Ethereum truly does become inflationary. Hey, if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, calm down. I love me some Bitcoin. They're two completely different use cases. There's a reason to own Bitcoin. There's a reason, like if you were in the stock market, to own gold, right? I do see very, very close similarities. Ethereum's more like your Apples, your Googles, your Facebooks, and then all the projects that run on that. So calm down. That being said, the 3 words that I hate on YouTube, that being said, I think you're better off, and not financial advice, I think you're better off with your bag being bigger in Ethereum than it is Bitcoin. A, because I think it's going to outperform it, and B, most importantly, B, I think you have a better chance of taking profits because you see the end, right? If the and I know I talk about this a lot, but it's important that it gets brought up so you don't forget about it. The end of these cycles have been, and I think this one will play out again if the market goes parabolic. The market pumps, the market dumps, the market relief rallies, Bitcoin dumps, and Ethereum goes parabolic. So if Bitcoin's dumping, you don't know, right? You don't know. But if Ethereum's pumping, you're like, eh. And it's near that end of the cycle time frame that we're talking about, the end of September, October, November. You're like, maybe this is a top signal. And if you are one of those people that want to take profits, you're in a lot better position. If your Bitcoin's dumping, you don't want to sell it. If your Ethereum's pumping, you're like, you know, and if your bag's bigger in Ethereum, I think that maximizes your profits. Look, it could play out differently, and eventually it's going to. This cycle, I do think, is going to be longer, and I do think it's going to start decoupling from, Ethereum from Bitcoin, in my opinion. But how much that happens this cycle, it's hard to say. Are we going to go into a bear winter? Hard to say. Honestly, if it wasn't for the delta, I don't think we would be going into a bear winter. It's that delta that's the only thing that it's a bit of a curveball. There's things coming up. There's a lot of ETF talk. I think ETFs are going to fuel the market. I think, like I said, more gaming's going to come in, and that's going to fuel the market. DeFi is starting to really catch on. I wasn't doing DeFi 2 months ago. It's what gets me out of bed now, and we're going to take a look at that right now. So let's hop over to DeFi. It has been a very pleasurable experience doing DeFi on Harmony One. The other words I hate on YouTube are people are sleeping on Harmony One. And man, that is the truth, dude. Look at the amount of yield farms that are on Harmony One. That's it. And most of these, this piggy bank, I apologize, man. You know why I apologize? Because I feel bad. I posted a referral link, and I don't know who that person is. My deepest, sincerest apologies. Is this piggy bank is struggling. Hopefully he heeded my warning, because I said, man, this is I'm treating this like I stepped up to the blackjack table shit-faced, and I am fully aware of the fact that I could lose money. So hopefully you did the same, or hopefully you got in when it was cheap. We're going to take a look at how this is going, and then we're going to take a look at Sushiswap, because I'm making a killing on Sushiswap. I'm earning over 500 free one a day. That's 15,000 a month. And I'm earning sushi, man. I love me some sushi. And we'll also take a look at the only other one on there that I think is probably sushi, and this Viper swap is looking like it might be okay now. I wouldn't hate putting some money into this Viper swap. I'm probably not gonna, right? This whole thing has just been kind of an experiment, and then I love me some Harmony One, so I just want to be doing stuff on Harmony One. So I'm like, all right, let's do this coin. So I did get into this coin. I got into it. I added about 1,700 total when it was $1.17. This coin is now 23 cents. I don't know if it's gonna. The TVL is gone. It was up towards 1 million, and it's kind of come back down. I don't know. They're supposed to be adding vaults and doing some other stuff. Even their Telegram hasn't been as active. So I don't know, man. I don't know if this thing's they're really gonna add some of this stuff and we can turn it back around or not. Again, I'm already treating this like the money is lost. It is less than 0.5% of my overall portfolio. And I hate losing. I'm competitive. I hate losing. But I also am not losing any sleep if I lose all my money over here. I'm really not. So like I said, I was taking this money and I was putting it in over on Sushiswap in the BSC, BUSD pool, just a stable coin pool, earning 17%. But I've kind of really YOLO'd up, and now I've just been taking this and I've been harvesting it. Still making, I don't know, 30 bucks a day. So as long as the coin holds up for a while, I'll be able to at least make my money back. But who the hell wants to farm their nuts off to make your money back, man? You want to get into these, and if they're Ponzi schemes, you want to get in quick. And again, a lot of these, man, if you guys do this, it's always a risk. Maybe do a little bit more due diligence than I did on this one. I just thought it would, like I said, they were pretty active and doing a few videos, and I think it's still I still have a pretty good chance I'll get my money back. But again, I'm not overly worried about it. We'll have to see how this plays out. But I'm just already done, already in my wallet. I just come over here, and right now I've been putting it right back in, hoping this does turn around. If this, because these farms, it just needs a little bit of attention, and they could come in waves. If we get a wave and the price of coin goes back up, and then maybe I'll cash out. We'll take a look at it overall, but I'm gonna add to this pool. It's probably better. I mean, the safer method would be to continue to take profits. And like I said, I was putting it over here in Sushiswap. And I do this kind of just for tax purposes too. I like putting my winnings into its own pool because I'm not sure how the whole tax thing is going to work out. I'm going to probably be using this software called Zen Ledger. It's not showing my Harmony. They support Harmony One, but it's not showing these yield farming transactions. They say because it's really on Binance Smart Chain, they're adding Binance Smart Chain. So I want to see how that plays out. I just don't need a massive headache when it comes tax time going through tens of thousands of transactions. So I'm kind of trying to keep it light. Otherwise, I'd probably be out of control doing some yield farming. But like I said, I was taking the coin and I was putting it into this pool. So right now I put $1,700 in the coin. I pulled out $351 in profit. So I'm down $1,350. Plus I could sell all this right now for another 80, right? Ish, 80, 90 bucks. So 1,250. And then the pool's still worth like 700, 800. So at the end of the day, I'm only down. I could bail right now. And only be down 500. And I have no problem doing that at all. And this thing's gonna act up. Let's see if we can trick it. Oh, I don't know. When this thing loses stink, it has problems. So this is an imported wallet from the Harmony One network. But I told myself I'm going to ride this out and see how it works. I want to see if I continue to farm, if I continue to stick with it, if I can at least get out. Like if I could get out of this with my money back and then just leave it in and farm coin just for the off chance that it does end up paying off, I'm cool with that. So like I said, I put 1,700 in. That pool's now worth 760, so I'm down 1,000, but I had I don't know, 350, 450, right? So I'm only down about 600 or 700 at the end of the day, and it's still making me, according to this, it's still making me $40 a day. I don't know if that's accurate. I think it's probably more around $20 or $30 a day. I can make $20 or $30 a day for the next 30 days. I mean, we're probably going to be okay, and that's if point stays the same. Point goes down, that obviously changes it, and it has been on a downward trajectory. So I don't know, we'll see, man. It's an experiment. We're gonna have to see how it goes. My biggest, again, very small percentage of my portfolio, I've said numerous times, it's a huge gamble. You can lose all your money. You definitely do not YOLO into something like Point or even Dino Swap. We'll take a look at Dino Swap. You don't YOLO into the like, I don't know if anyone watches Taiki Mead or however you say it, Meta, or however you say his last name. He put $15,000 into Dino Swap and he made some good money, but I don't know, like, overall, I don't know how much of like his overall portfolio that is. That's like, if it's a lot, say 50 to 70% of his overall money to put into a yield farm, you continue to make decisions like that, brother, you're going to get your face melted off. I mean, to me, this is a lot like trading penny stocks when you hop into something like this. So, I mean, more times than not, you're going to get your face melted in penny stock. All right, so the Sushiswap. This one is just, I collected yesterday about this time. Since then, I've earned 564.1. This pool's worth about 30,000. We can take a look at the hard numbers here in a second. And this is the one, man, like this is the one, I'm like the dude on Rounders that just grinds, just goes to the poker tables and grinds. This is the big pot I'm grinding, and it's doing really well for me. And I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. I am very confident in this pool. There's not going to be a rug pull when it comes to SushiSwap. Now, you do have smart contract risks, or they get attacked or exploited risk. They've been around for a while. They're on Ethereum, they're on Polygon, and they're on Harmony. I think this is one of the SushiSwap on Harmony, I think is one of the most underrated farms on the planet. But I'm okay with that, right? Because if more TVL comes into this, the interest rates go down and I make less money. So continue to sleep on Harmony One, people. Its time's going to come. Its time is going to come. And I'm earning a ton of free Harmony One right now. So over 15,000 a month in free Harmony One. And I'm earning sushi. So this pool, like I said, is $31,335. I started off into this pool with $24,000. The pool itself has gone up in value $7,000. My thesis and my game plan on this was I really like going into a liquidity pool of Ethereum, which I'm extremely bullish, Harmony One, which I'm extremely bullish. I'm not worried about impermanent loss. I think both are going to go up similarly in price as they go up. I would say Ethereum is outpacing One a little bit. Excuse me, but not enough to offset the 81% interest a year I'm getting. So it is showing me that I'm making about $70 a day. Like I said, I cashed out yesterday, and so far, like, it is just paying. You see, I claimed it yesterday, and since then I've earned another $36 in sushi and another $44 in free sushi and free Harmony One. So we're going to claim that. You can claim it from VFAT, by the way. I say that, but VFAT also acts up. All right, so let's just come over here and do it. We're going to harvest. Ian Tubby in the house. Good morning, brother. You already talk about the latest crypto infrastructure amendment that's being voted on. Nah, every American should be calling writing. I think they made an amendment to that, right? So they made an amendment that made it a lot more palatable. I'm not an expert on it, but it had, you know, because they were going to make all the small time people like us, like we were going to get screwed when it came to like this yield farming stuff. But they did make an amendment. I'm not. I agree though, man. Like, you should be talking and writing and emailing your senators saying, hey, look, man, crypto is the future. But a lot of those old Fs they're not going to listen to you. You'd have to, that's bad advice. Like, if enough people talk and they know it's going to change their vote count, it'll definitely make a difference. But man, they just don't know. That's the problem. They just don't understand it. All right, so I just claimed my sushi and my Harmony One. We're going to take that money. It's going to be in my wallet. It shows up in your wallet as sushi and wrapped one. The liquidity pool will take either one. Do not forget that you need Harmony One in your wallet to pay for the gas fees. So I'm going to come over and take that money. I'm going to take that money and I'm going to just put it into the sushi One pool. So I take my money from the ETH one and I just put it in and again, that's kind of for tax reasons and profitability, show how much I'm making. And that'll make more sense in a second. And then max, we're going to confirm add liquidity. It's going to give you an LP token. These transaction fees are a little rough over on Harmony One. That cost me about 0.0001 of a penny. And the transactions times take forever. Like, it's done. It's already done. Over on Matic, you'd have to juice up the gas fees and still wait a few minutes. All right, so now we're going to take that liquidity. We're going to come over to the farm. We're going to add it. Max, stake. pay another 0.0001 of a penny. I don't know, that's like 4 decimals. And that's going to be added to the pool. It's already done. Like, you can't see it because it's hiding behind that beautiful mug of mine. All right, so let's come over and take a look at what we got. So I had so like I said, I take all this money from the ETH1 pool and I put it into the Sushi1 pool, which pays me Sushi in 1. And this pool is now worth $1,381. That's also gone up in value a little bit, but at the end of the day, I've earned, and I've only been doing this for like 3 weeks. I just take all my money and I put it in here so I know how much I'm up. And for tax reporting purposes, if I get in a bind and the software can't handle it, at least I have a good leg, you know, to kind of figure it out. So now this number is going to go up because I just added to it. So we'll reload. So this is now worth $1,451. This keeps going up in value, and I'm doing this over on Pancakeswap, my second biggest farm that I'm really bullish on Pancake, and I'm doing it with Harmony One over there too, boys and girls, making some money off that Harmony One. As you can see in these liquidity pools, I still have 67,993 Harmony One staked. I have moved all of that to Stake and Chill. If you are delegating over on the Harmony One network, Stake and Chill is my boy. He's a cool kid, 18-year-old kid. He's gonna be a go-getter. I really, you know, help that guy out, put it into his pool, and that's where I put it. And then this one cool thing about VFAT, it'll tell you how much you have. So I have 102,007. No, that's in the whole pool. I think. All right, it does tell you somewhere. Yeah, I have 200,671 in this pool. This fluctuates because, you know, if ETH goes up, it'll buy more One. If One goes up, it'll sell it to buy ETH. But at the end of the day, they're pretty well correlated. So there's not a whole bunch of moving around. So 200,000 here. 9,000 here. So that's, we'll just say 210,000. And then 67,000. So 277,001. When I started yield farming, I had wow. Yeah, about 255,000 or so. So I've earned like 20,000 free One. And my goal for now is to yield farm this as long as these interest rates stay good, which I think they will. All right, yeah, so this one's still at 81%. That's really good. If you look at the Pancakeswap, those of the Pancake BNB still at 50. And if this thing stays 50% and eventually One comes off of it, I'll continue to farm, man. It's still probably going to be a very profitable form of passive income unless something else comes along that makes more sense. But I'm trying to be really choosy, you know, just like I don't trade penny stocks in the stock market. I'm mostly going to avoid these garbage farms. So, you know, I enjoy doing this, so I'll probably be in some DGen yield farms here and there. All right, let's pop on over to Dino Swap really quick. That's another one that has had a huge price dump recently and probably caused a little bit of panic. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to keep farming it. I think this one's going to be a decent one long term. I don't think this is going to be one of those yield farms that go to zero. I'd put about $880 into it, and then the price token dropped a lot. So I'm down about 160, but it's still making me like $10, $12 a day, right? And if that continues, that's, you know, $300 a month. And that's at current levels. If the price recovers or goes back up or it just continues to do that, I'm okay with that. Right now, I'm just excavating it. I'm not selling it. Why does it say I haven't? Oh, because it thinks I'm on the wrong wallet. All right, so I'm gonna reject you. Matic. There we go. Let's try this one more time. Not this type of Muslim, and the amendment makes it even more difficult for proof of stake coins. Stake poolers would have to KYC everyone who stakes them. How would that even be possible? I don't even know, like, stake pooler. I was under the impression stake poolers didn't have to KYC didn't have to. I was under, and I could, because me, Kevin covered it, I think. Stake pool, or if you stake, you wouldn't have to KYC. That's how I understood it. I don't know, brother. I don't know, man. Like, I honestly don't know. I should look into that a little bit more, but I'm not the kind of guy that likes reading through a bunch of news articles trying to figure that out. I just wait for Meet Kevin to do that for me. All right, so let's excavate. Let's excavate our bones. And right now, I'm just taking this money because I think, and it already started. Like, the coin did dip down to like $2. It's working its way back up. I think this one's going to last for a while. I think the liquidity is going to be here. I do think it's probably the best yield farm on Polygon, sans like Sushiswap. There's better earnings here. So I think this could become like, you know, a lot of people compare it to the pancake swap of Matic. Let's see. Let's see. Again, this was the same thing. I have roughly $900 in this. I'm treating it like I'm playing blackjack for a while. I may walk away winner. I may walk away with no money. Has that transaction gone through? Because you know on Harmony 1 it would already be done. So that was actually pretty decent time for this, because sometimes it takes a lot longer. I have my Dino. There's my Dino. So I'm just taking the Dino over to the Dino pool. I'm adding it to the Dino pool and earning a little bit of Dino. Eventually, I don't know. Like, I want to get to maybe 100 Dino, or I'm not really worried about how big my Dino stack is right now. I'm just going to farm it for a while and see where it plays out. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. But I think this one has a good chance. I really do. See, here we go. Taking our time. I could speed it up. We can do this move. We can go. Because it doesn't really cost you. Matic is the same thing like Harmony 1. It doesn't cost you anything. And then they have a lot of errors. It said the transaction